when we do identify mushrooms, it is a little bit good to get into the kind of mycelium, obviously. When you're dealing with wood, sometimes it's brown or like red color, and that means it's breaking down the lignin, I believe, and the white one decomposes the cellulose then, because there's lignin and cellulose in trees. One will eat one will eat the other. Now this looks kind of white, but here is brown. The one that I showed you before was kind of brown. So maybe it's trying to eat both, or maybe it's just branching out and needs to eat. Sometimes color will be depending on the oxidization too. If it's older, shiitake mushrooms will start going brown on the mycelium instead of white. But I think shiitake mushrooms eat the lignin, if I'm correct. I'm not positive. But there's a white example and a brown example of the different types of things that mushrooms will eat. Some straight trees. Sometimes they'll eat the leaf litter, and they have mycelium mats that spread and help the trees, but this is the decomposing ones. And you find a lot of decomposing ones right now in the fall. When it's cold, they like to decompose. If it's too cold, I think they stop action or go really, really slow until it warms back up again and things start flowing. Because I think they need some kind of moisture to grow, right? I like mushrooms because there's a lot that is unknown still. A lot you can explore if you actually have the time to dig into a mushroom portal. Portal, you can go to friggin' Mars on it, man. There's a lot of information out there, and there's a lot unanswered information that you can come in the woods and actually maybe learn some yourself and explore. I think what we need is a lot of the communities come together, like the communities that are good at growing trees, the nurseries, have information on fungal diseases, which all of this is a fungal disease, okay? They'll have information on bugs and pests, but then you get into the mycology part. They have information on what they've collected, but they don't really, a lot of the sectors don't merge nicely to carry information out like mycelium can. My dad was in forestry, so they would know a lot of the later diseases. And nurseries are starting to look into the mycelia connection with mushrooms that have a relationship with the trees. Up here, the pines and these birches have a relationship with an amnemia mushroom. And they'll grow around the trees. And they provide nutrients to the tree provides sugars, I believe, to the mushroom. Because the mushroom cannot make its own chlorophyll, its own sugars, so the tree helps it out. And the mushroom helps it out with maybe nutrients and moisture. And they're just trying to figure all of that out now, the specialty specialists in the areas. So the more we can merge information together on mushroom habitat and everything, the better. I came over to check this out. It's not a leaf. That was a leaf. I like mushroom, leaf, mushroom. It's a mushroom. The only one, maybe eating my stuff, but it's a mushroom. Still living on trying to decompose that. Might take it a while. But it's going to spore and make more now. So it's not only decomposing this, it's decomposing its friends now. Going from a couple of spores to a lot of spores, thousands. The mushroom bug, once you start noticing them, you start noticing it everywhere. But seriously, there's one over here that started to get my attention. I'm like, yeah, I'll walk in the bush and go check it out. Tiny branches in my yard. Looks like an artist conch. But I'm not going to go any further to check that out. I'm on macro, so I don't like going for distance. There we go. But it is on a massive dead tree. And I don't like going near if I don't have to. Well, I don't have to anyway. There's something else there. You see the mycelia we were talking about? It's starting all underneath and up that log. So later on we'll see what comes out of that too. Be interesting. Maybe a some reishi or something. Not sure what kind of tree. That don't really look like a balsam. Kind of looks like a balsam, but not really. It's kind of red. Could be a tamarack or hemlock, which reishi grow on. So that would be really nice because we haven't seen a reishi come back. Even though we did things to help it spread spores better, we haven't seen it come back in like 5 or 10 years. But that looks like, don't look like a balsam tree. Could be spruce. Be more likely. A balsam tree right there, but that's not the. Looks like it just came down. Having that tree underneath it. The mysteries of the forest. That could have been down for like a year or more like that, though. Should we set that little seedling go? Let him bounce back up, maybe. He'd struggle and he'd probably end up putting 2 tops up out here. And he wanted to keep surviving. If not, that little tree won't survive like that. And there's room for it to grow in here. A little balsam. Well, I might not be able to get it out. But there we go. Might take a little bit more than just let it up. Yeah, it wants to grow back down. But it will shoot up sprouts more. So we'll see. It might live. Oh, I try to let you go up, but at least you're not hidden under that big tree now. I'll go back to cave in.